welcome to the channel. This is Go Ready and welcome to the 2022 Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup here on Gran Turismo 7. Tonight, it is round number 5 as we are at Yamagiwa in the Group 4 cars. I am desperate to make some points in the Manufacturers Series as the Jaguar and Old Gretty just seem to mix like a cat and water. All right, so here we are with the points. You can see that 174 is going to go away because of the wall rider, so I need to replace it with something better. Hopefully tonight that can happen here. Now, we are required to run the medium racing tires here. It is a 1X fuel, 1X tire race, so no real strategy other than whether you want to start on the medium or the soft tire. Lobby opens up. It's another good lobby full of some great racers that I race with quite a bit, so I'm excited to get out there and set a good qualifying lap. Been practicing all week, working hard on my race skills here at Yamagiwa, and as I come around this first section of track, holding it tight on the left side of there, powering out, coming out to the curbing on the exit there, and then into the S's. Gotta hold it flat through here, looking to beat a 140.414. Just very frustrated with my time right now as I'm heading towards the first sector, and boom, hit a purple sector. Now the purple sector lap is 8/10 quicker than my best lap, so I am super excited. I'm like finally putting in the type of lap that I know that I'm capable of doing here at Yamagiwa. Now as I come down the hill, this is the toughest part of the track for the Jaguar. If you don't hit it just right, it gets real unstable. Another purple sector, I get down to the third gear, not quite carrying as much speed as I would like to into this bottom of the hill chicane. A little frustrated with myself. I'm like, sorry, we got a lot of the lap left, and I was up by 8/10 essentially. Get on the brakes here at the hairpin, get her down into second, rotate it around, get back on the gas nice and early to carry my speed through this sector. And as I cross the sector, I look up and see I'm only 600ths up on my best time, which means I just lost about a half second of time in the chicane and the hairpin alone, and I just want to kick myself. I'm just so mad. So drop it down a second here. I apex way too early, so wasn't able to get on the throttle as early as I needed to. Come out slow, and I'm like, I just lost almost a second in the last two sectors of the track. Crossed the line with a 140.5. Very upset with that. Very upset. Actually qualify in dead last. But hey, you know what? You gotta lie in the beds that you make, folks. So gonna do the best with what I've got. We are gonna send it here on the racing mediums. You see down there on the left, decide to start on the harder compounded tire, lighten the load up on the old Jaguar, and see if we can't get some faster laps in on the second half, and also hope for some bumper-to-bumper racing going on in front of us. Maybe some accidents, maybe get some Gretty passes. Hoping for the best. I also found that my overall race pace seemed to be better when I started on the mediums with the Jag. I could put in some fast lap times on the softs, but seemed to wear out a lot quicker than if I ran these mediums first. So decided to go with the mediums to start. Now, I'm all over the backside of Bolts here. I am certain that he's on the mediums as well, and just kind of feel it the way he's taking the corners, where he's sliding out the same with me right here. The Super usually gains a lot of time on the Jag through these tight corners anyway, so I felt like if he wasn't able to keep that corner very well, he must also be on the medium tires. Here I look to the inside just so I can see my brake marker here, and I think Bolts may have thought I was going to try and send it there as he goes a little deep in the chicane and loses a lot of time, but I was just trying to look over his shoulder so I could see where about I wanted to brake there. So I decided to go ahead and go around him since he has such a slow chicane, since we really don't want to lose the group in front of us, but he decides to hold the position and send it back down the inside of the chicane. Not much I can do about that. Wasn't expecting that in the corner, but hey, all is fair. I did leave that door wide open. Opened it up, so come on in, Bolts. take your position back. But then Bolts goes a little wide, gets a little unsettled there through there. I'm catching up to him. He decides to go ahead and defend the inside line. That's also, his prerogative. I probably would have done the exact same thing. But that allows me to get a faster exit here, which I know we're both about to go in the pits. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get into the pits here as they're coming in fast. I actually came a little bit of a bump draft as we head in. Switch to the soft tires. I need Team Jag to get me in and out fast because we are right on top of that Supra. And look at that. I am inside the Supra As I exit the pit, he goes out wide right. I go down on the inside, going to hold the inside line on the soft tires. And she will indeed hold. The kitty cat puts her claws in the tarmac and pulls me out the other side. And now we have got to put our head down and put a gap between me and Bolts. And in the same time, try and catch up to TS Bap in front of us. TS Bap, a pretty quick guy, so I know that is not going to be this easy. This lobby, a lot of fast folks in here. Tell you what, it is not easy to make up or find any free positions against these guys. Very fast, very consistent group of racers. And boy, I tell you what, being a little bit off on your qualifying, like I showed you there, put me all the way back in 16th to start this race. Now, Bolts had a nice little run on me as we come into the chicane, but again, I'm guessing the Supra a little more unstable going through that chicane than even the Jaguar. I just felt like I had to just really nail that chicane perfectly in the Jag. Now, as we come through the final chicane, we see a ghost, and I grab a Gretty pass as Silvestre wrecks coming out of that fast left-hander, loses the car, and gets into the wall. So the other Jag in the race is now behind me. I am now the lead Jaguar in the race. 1.2 seconds to TS Bap here in front of me, and he gets a little too much grass as he goes through the chicane there, allowing me to close in on him, actually get within that second slipstream distance. Now I need to maintain that as we go through the hairpin here, get down in a second, get back on that throttle. I actually missed my apex a little bit there. I was really trying hard to go carry some speed through there. Now as we go through this, the final chicane with the tight left-hander at the end, boy, he really sends it right there, jumps the curb, and actually pulls back about another tenth on me as we exit through that corner. So he took that very nicely. Then he takes a nice wide angle here, getting on the gas really early, but he gets a little loose coming out the corner, goes wide, allows me to grab a pass as we come out the final turn and head down the straight. Now I got to put my head down again and try and catch up to Finest Ambitions in front. On to lap number 9, unable to really close in on any time to Finest Ambitions, really hang out about that 3.2 seconds, but TS Bap, he was not giving up after that mistake he made. All over the back of Go Gretty as we go down through the fast left-hander. He is trying to find a way around the almighty Jaguar in front of him. And I am pushing on this little kitty cat all that I can, hoping old Jag can bring me home with a big P13, but then I see a yellow flag as we come around the corner. There is a slow car in front of us. It is Lead Sled. As Lead Sled in the Mitsubishi apparently had a problem. I grab another Gretty pass. So now we are into P12 and battling out here with TS Bap. You can see him really close behind as we head down through this final chicane towards that corner where TS Bap really jumped the curb and gained some time on me last time. I take it pretty good here, not super fast, not super slow either, just really conservative. And it looks like TS Bap did as well. He is saving a little bit for the last lap. I kind of feel it, kind of feel the momentum as he's looking to feel out old Gretty here through that last lap to find out where I was slow, where he was fast. TS Bap, a smart racer, so I'm certain he knows where he wants to go for it. I know that if I can defend the line on the fast corner, there's really nowhere for the car to go to get by me. So I feel pretty secure through this left-hander and the S's as well as the following left-hander, because I can just ease off the brake and keep that car behind me as needed. Where the Jag is vulnerable is going to be the hairpin after the downhill chicane and that following chicane, as well as the last right-hand turn. I feel like that is where I struggle the most in this car on this track. And the Supra, well, it's not too bad through that section, even though it has its own struggles as well. So as we come down through the fast left-hander, as I pretty much predicted, he is able to stay with me, even gain on me a little bit here down into 4/10 as we head into the chicane. Now he's been gaining some good time on me through the chicane as I've been running it pretty conservative through here. Jag gets really unstable if I grab too much grass with it, and often I lose time instead of gaining time by trying to send it through that chicane. Now here we are into the hairpin. I got 3/10 on, so I'm not too worried about the dive bomb here, but I do have to protect the cutback as he does make a nice little bit of run on me as we come out of that corner. Now within 3/10, I've got to go through this fast chicane carrying good speed. I do it okay, a couple miles an hour slower than I want it to be, and he's got some momentum on me. So I'm going to give him a very narrow inside line if he wants to go for it. He stays inside a little too long, unable to make a run on old Gretty as we come through the final corner. Now here is where the Jag is okay, is that mid-range acceleration. So I've got P12 wrapped up and crossed the line in a did not finish last position, folks. You cannot win them all. Heck, I felt like I had actually a pretty good race here, but finished P12. Qualifying killing me lately. I've got to get that sorted. Do pick up 178 points to replace my previous race. So again, got to figure out this qualifying. I've got to figure out how to put myself higher up on the grid. My race pace has been pretty good, but my qualifying has been absolutely atrocious. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and subscribe. Come back and check out some more action. For myself, go Gretty. Y'all have a great day. DJ Clean, take us out of here.